Hello and welcome to the monthly manufacturing roundup. Look, it's my job to give you the good news and bad news about what's happening in manufacturing this month, and wouldn't be doing my job properly if I didn't shy away from the negative news every now and again. And I want to start with something fortunately negative. Make UK have announced recently that manufacturing has shrank this year by 4%. There's forecast to shrink another 3.2% next year, which is very, very worrying, and no doubt about that. There's no being around the bush. This is something that's very serious and probably biggest challenges in manufacturing has faced potentially ever, certainly for a long, long time. Like any data, like any statistic, there's always a level of debate around that. It is worth mentioning that that 4% is off the back of a very strong COVID bounce back year before. So there's some context there. However, there's no doubt about it, some real challenges that we face as manufacturing and engineering moves forward, as we need the sector to grow and grow and grow. Various things that our clients are trying to do to stop this. Certain things, unfortunately, are outside of our hands, and certain things we need some real guidance from the government to be able to help. Because right now, for me, there just seems to be a clear lack of clarity for people to make strong decisions. Various issues with tax implications, migration systems, and all sorts of stuff which could benefit manufacturing right now isn't being prioritised. So, look, that's starting with some negative news, but let's go on to some positive news in the industry. The automotive industry has had a pretty tough time over the last few years with COVID and other issues, but thankfully things seem to be on the up again. So we've seen an increase in automotive the fourth month running, up by 23.5% than it was the year previously, with 143,000 new vehicles registered, which is great. Again, we have to have some context about that. We are 9% lower than we were pre-pandemic, so levels still not returning to what they once were. However, we are moving forward. We are on the up in regards to that, which is great to see. Again, still got challenges there, without doubt. Still some issues there in the UK, and some pretty big giants of the industry moving out of the UK or setting up otherwise in other areas instead of the UK because of the issues we have right now, energy costs, inflation, and green issues, that type of stuff. That being said, there's a lot of good stuff to shout about. In the Northeast, for example, Faltec, Envision, a few of the companies setting up and building new factories alongside their existing buildings right now, which is really good to see, which is obviously going to create jobs as well. So despite the challenges, some real advantages and some real positive news right there. Also, some of the giants, some of the larger companies in manufacturing and engineering, seeing some real good times right now, and we definitely need to shout about that. So, just to have a think about a few, JLR announced 300 new apprentices in 2023. Printers Group completes £60 million investment in Cardiff and their plant there. Toyota, giant to the industry, £11.3 million funding for a new hydrogen plant, and again Ford to increase their Halewood site with £125 million turnover, which these are things we can't ignore. And I think for me it's important to heed caution a little bit in the industry right now. We are going through collectively a real tough patch. Manufacturing engineering is going to be difficult for most for the next 12 to 18 months, but I think for me, if we stick together, we network with each other, we talk about our challenges, we help each other through the difficult period of time we're going through right now, then for me, this sector and this country is far too much of a powerhouse, and is far too good at what they do for it to be anywhere near disastrous. So I'm very, very confident things are going to be absolutely fine. So look, I hope I've given a bit of a balanced view about how things have been over the last sort of month and news over the last sort of 30 days in manufacturing and engineering. Obviously, if you need any advice, consultancy work, or anything else at all, please feel free to reach out to me or the team. Thank you very much.